Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment, and we just did a video about the Alan Ritchson situation where he's beating the bejesus out of his neighbour, which of course I waited till there was a full video which came, and as I said in that video, the two of them were in the wrong. You know, Richardson shouldn't have reacted the way he did by the end, but it's also understandable. The guy pushed him twice, made him come off the bike, all that stuff. And the guy, even though we went out and did his little interview with TMZ and tried to say, oh yeah, I stood in front of him, but I asked him nicely, like, hey man, you gotta stop, someone will get hurt, as opposed to saying, I jumped in front of the bike and made him come off it. All of that stuff. Well, of course, there was going to be an investigation. The investigation is concluded, and exactly what I said would happen has happened. He's been found in the clear for self-defense. Alan Ritchson, that is, not the neighbour. In fact, the police turned around to Richardson and said, would you like to press charges against this guy? So we're going to have a look at the article that goes through this, because it clears Alan Ritchson of any wrongdoing. Again, the image of it happening is where you kind of go, well, in front of his kids, you know, he should have handled that situation a hell of a lot better. But at the same time, he was walking away. The guy kept at him, and then pushed him off the bike again. And that's when he went nuts and started punching him. But it says here anyway, on Sunday, a video of Reacher star Alan Ritchson seemingly attacking and beating up his neighbour did the rounds on social media, and it was starting to look like the actor might be facing some serious consequences. However, it soon came to light that this was just a clip from a longer video, which added some important context to the altercation. As it turns out, Richardson simply retaliated when Ronnie Taylor got physical with him first. Taylor gave a video interview with TMZ admitting that he instigated the confrontation. Now that's also the important thing, and it's probably where the guy did himself absolutely no favors by saying, yeah, I pushed him first and then I pushed him again and then he got physical. It's like, you're an idiot. Like, if you're going to press charges and stuff like that, you're an idiot for running to the media. And the fact that in that interview he says, I didn't know who it was on the bike. Yeah, but once you realised who it was, what did you do? You ran straight to the media a day later. 1 day later. So it's kind of like, yeah. And we know what he said, where he was saying on Sunday, I was cleaning my bike and blah, 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 and I stepped out in front of him. But of course, it's that he said, I pushed him because he was coming towards me on the bike. That was the second push that he did to him. Because when he makes Richardson fall off the bike, he pushes him. And that's when Richardson pushed him. We see him hit the ground. And then when he was walking away, he pushed him off the bike again. So that's why I always say that full videos are incredibly important. There's nothing worse than seeing half of something and people jump to the conclusion, oh, you see, this is why I said this person is this and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, but what's the full context of this argument? What started it? First question I asked is, okay, we see the guy walking back to his house. My question was, if that's his house over there, how was he on the grass on the other side of the road, on the opposite side of Richardson's bike? And then, of course, we find out. So, as the full video shows, Richardson was indeed coming towards him on his bike because Taylor rushed into the street. In any case, local police will not be pursuing any charges against Richardson after concluding that he acted in self-defense. So, Brentford Police Captain Stephen Pippin, what a name, told a Hollywood Reporter, after reviewing available evidence, including video footage and witness statements, authorities determined that no criminal charges will be pursued. Mr. Richardson's actions were found to be in self-defense. That's also important what they said there, because in the TMZ interview, the guy, what did it say his name is? Taylor something? Taylor. That he said there's plenty of ring bell footage from the neighbours to prove me right. the fact that the cops have now said, through all the available evidence, including video footage and witness statements, not statement, statements. So that's important as well, because that means there was a number of people, more than 3 that came out and gave information. So Richardson was given the opportunity to file charges of his own against Taylor, but declined to do so. So the cop said, although a potential reckless endangerment charge was considered, Mr. Richardson declined to pursue charges. With the agreement of the district attorney's office, the case is now closed and no further action will be taken. So that's it, done and dusted. Nothing else is going to happen. The guy, there's no point in him trying to pursue more charges or anything, because there's nothing left to do. He's been told, yeah, it's not happening. He was in the right because you were in the wrong. So it says, although Richardson did clearly lose his cool here, the general consensus seems to be that Taylor basically asked for it when he dared the much larger man to hit him after the actor had attempted to walk away from the situation. And that is the one thing we were pointing out with the other videos, was the guy kept egging him on and telling him, go on, hit me, go on, hit me. And then he pushed him off the bike again. It's also funny because the one in the video, the full video from Alan Ritchson's point, where you hear someone saying, I'll phone the cops, and the person says, do it then, phone them. It's Alan Ritchson saying, I will phone the cops. So it appears that this guy, Taylor, had absolutely no intention of phoning the police about the whole reckless driving, because he says it started on Saturday. Did he phone the cops about it? No. Then Sunday, he sees him driving around again, and he says on his third or second pass is when he stepped out in front of him. Again, if he was going around on the Sunday, why didn't he phone the police? He didn't. Instead, he jumps in front of Richardson, makes him fall off the bike, and then eggs him on to hit him and pushes him off his bike for a second time. And that's when Richardson goes hands on. So regardless of what you feel about Alan Ritchson and his politics and all that shit, yeah, he's a bit of a left-leaning lunatic at this stage, which is unfortunate, because when he started out with Reacher and he was getting positive feedback and stuff, he really was saying the right things, and then he just kind of went into the whole politics end of things, and it's like, okay, but it's you can't turn around now and go, oh, see, he's always been a scumbag, blah blah blah, when it's clear now that he acted in self-defense. That is the thing. Now, the one thing I said where I thought he would get charged, but I think I also said it depends, I think, on what state you're in, is that most of the rules are your self-defense is fine, but once the person's on the ground, if you continue to hit them, you're in trouble. And Richardson did hit him another 3-4 times when he was on the ground. I thought that's where he might be in trouble. Not as in trouble as, oh, he's going to go to prison and anything like that, but you're going to get a fine. And clearly that's not the case. And it's possibly because the guy made him almost crash. Like, basically crashes, because he comes off the bike and then pushed him again off the bike. So you have him jumping out in front of him, making him come off the bike, which could have been serious. He could have done serious damage to himself with that situation. Or even to Taylor, because Taylor jumped in front of him. Then he pushes Richardson right after that. Then he's egging him on to hit him, and then pushes him off his bike again when he's trying to leave the situation. So that's possibly why, even when he was on the ground getting a few slaps, why the cops have said, like, yeah, it was self-defense, because you've been egging him on. So it ends here saying there's always a chance this could still have a negative impact on Richardson's career, but it seems unlikely now that the case is closed and no further action from either party is being taken. Yeah, like, he's being cleared. So it's not a good look for him losing his cool that way. But at the same time, it's understandable. This guy's just made you come off your bike. He's put his hands on you. Now you're trying to walk away from the situation, particularly the fact that your kids are there as well, and the guy puts his hands on you and pushes you off the bike again. Yeah, I think there's none of us sitting here that would go, yeah, I wouldn't just walk away from that at that stage. It would be, we're going hands on. You were getting your ass handed to you. And that's exactly what happened. He still should have, especially with the kids there, he should have tried to keep some, composure and stuff. But again, I completely understand why he didn't. But there you go, folks. The cops have cleared him, told him, yeah, it was an act of self-defense. The guy egged you on, he made you crash, all this stuff. By the way, would you like to press charges against him? And clearly, the guy had no intentions of phoning the cops, because if it was that much of a deal for him, why didn't he phone them on the Saturday or the Sunday when he starts seeing Richardson going around again? Let us know what you think of all of this anyway. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.